And what gave you the confidence?
Delusion.
That works. Yeah.
Totally on point.
8.
With us now is mum of one, Jay Cole, who weighs 22 stone. She's fit to work and claims she's desperate for a job. But employers won't hire her because she says she's overweight.
You have had a job, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had
A job which you did, it was a 6 hours a week job, and you did that for a year.
Yeah.
So you have been employed.
I have.
Why did that job come to an end?
Because I had a dispute about like timekeeping. They tried to say that I was late, and to me, I wasn't late, and
Right.
and like one instant at there, my little girl was poorly, and I phoned up and said I can't come into work today because my little girl's poorly. I've got no one to look after her. I went back, and they accused me of being in KFC, which I wasn't. Apparently, someone saw me in KFC.
Did I hear correctly? 6 hours a week?
She was definitely in KFC. To me, I wasn't late.
Okay, you guys, I'm home, and genuinely, like, I just feel really fucking just sad. Like, so my test results came back, and, like, they said that my lungs looked good, my heart looks good, and everything. And then I get the paperwork, and they didn't even mention this to me, which I don't know why, but I was just looking at the paperwork, and it says that I have an elevated D-dimer. And thankfully I noticed that before I actually left the hospital. So I asked the nurse, like, what does this mean? And she was like, oh, it just means like you could possibly have a blood clot. That's why we checked your lungs, but you don't have one. But then it's like, okay, like I have other parts of my body. Like, I'm just really scared. Like, I don't know. And this just like brings to light a lot of anxieties. It brings to light a lot of fears. It brings to light a lot of regrets. It brings to light a lot of just things. Like, I feel scared, and I'm just like, what? Like, my doctor's appointment isn't for a whole month, so it is literally 6:45 a.m. I was at the freaking ER all night, and they were so wonderful. They were so kind. I am so grateful for bedside manner, because I'm telling you, I had so much freaking anxiety, and they were all just like so sweet and understanding. They treated me like an actual human. Like, there have been times where, you know, I would go to the doctor and, you know, I met with a different experience because of my size. And like, I was freaking out, and I'm like, am I actually gonna fit in the CT scan? Like, I even vocalized that out loud, and she was like, yes, of course you are. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm glad that like my heart looks good and my lung looks good and stuff, but like, I have an elevated D-dimer. And that's scary.
This emotional state is good. If nothing can make you change, something like this should.
All of a sudden absolutely triggered me. It was not all of a sudden.
Her crying makes me irritationally angry. She's always throwing a pity party, but never actually changes anything in her life.
Not a single tear left her eyes, just as always. Season finale, let's go.
I'm gonna be the bigger person here.
Oh, you're definitely the bigger person.
No, you definitely are. I got a Coke body figure.
A 3-liter?
Sheet, he forgot to add the 0 after that 3. Friendly fire will not be tolerated.
Any other fat girls feel like they literally can't do anything right, or is it just me? I think something not talked about nearly enough is the way that fat men are treated versus fat women, because it's kind of insane, and I feel like anytime I say this, a lot of fat men will be like, no, like, I still get bullied and like whatever, and I'm not saying that I think they don't get bullied at all. It's just different. If you see any fat person on the internet literally do anything, the comments are just insane. But especially if they're a fat woman.
I haven't seen a male fat activist yet.
Sometimes I'll see a couple where there's one fat woman and a skinny man, and everyone in the comments is like, is he okay? Does she have a lot of money? Does he have a fetish? Or something like that. But if I see a fat man with a skinny woman, people are always like, he must have the nicest personality. He looks like he would give the best hugs. What is that? What is that? I don't know why fat men are just seen as like the hilarious best friend. Like, he's just such a sweet guy. He's just like a big teddy bear. But then fat women are seen as disgusting and horrible and annoying, loud, like so many just horrible things. It's kind of insane. Like, honestly, sometimes when I think about it, I'm just like, damn, how did we get here? How did we get here? And to be fair, it's not that I'm saying that fat men just like don't get treated like shit at all, because that's not what I'm saying. I know some of them get bullied sometimes, and I'm sure they have to deal with their own stuff. When you're a fat woman, it's almost like you're not even seen as a human being, and that's like a weird experience. Funny thing is I can't even complain about it without everyone just being like, well, just lose weight. Like, yeah, but also just like stop hating women. Also, a lot of people will tell fat women, oh, just date other fat men. The thing about that is they also don't want to date us, because some of them, a lot of them are also mean to us. And so what is that? Like, I don't know. It's like the calls coming from inside the house. We're on the same team, but we're not, because I'm a woman. And that's the truth. I don't know. Anytime I post about how people hate fat people, I always get comments being like, no one actually cares. Like, no one hates fat people. And I always sit back and think about it for a second. Then I'll see something else on the internet of like a fat person literally just existing, and reading the comments of them getting absolutely flamed and ridiculed. I'm just like, girl.
Okay, but this is not just existing. When you express your opinions online, of course you are gonna get critiques. If you don't make everything about your weight, maybe it will be different. Find a hobby. Fat activism is not a hobby.
I realized I was fat when I posted some content on social media. To be honest, when I see a fat guy and a skinny girl, most of the comments are like, he must be loaded.
The average American is fatter than the average American pig now. It's true. It's true. Average American man, 28% body fat. Average American woman, 40% body fat. Average American pig, 15 to 25% body fat.
Oh my God. Wonder if pigs say to other obese pigs, you eat like a human.
Laziness is considered a disability now.